Hey, what's up everybody? Today we are making carne asada. Carne asada is probably one of the most iconic Mexican dishes out there. The name translates to grilled meat, but the dish typically means a cut of steak, usually like flank steak or skirt steak or similar cut, that is marinated in a flavorful marinade and then quickly grilled. And you can serve it with sides or on tacos. It's really a delicious dish, and I've had it many times in Mexican restaurants, some really great ones and some that were just kind of not so great. But that's why I like to make mine at home. I use a really good cut of flank steak for mine, along with a delicious marinade that I've perfected over the years that I think makes the best carne asada out there. So let me show you how to make it. All right, my friends, let's make carne asada. So there are three main components or pieces to making a seriously awesome carne asada. And the first one is the marinade. So this is a marinade recipe that I've been tweaking a lot over the years. And I finally came up on, like, this is the exact way that I prefer to make it. I think it's the best. It's delicious. You can definitely tweak things as you go, but this is my favorite way to do it. So, all right, I'm gonna start with a 1/4 cup of olive oil into a mixing bowl. And I have 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, but apple cider vinegar actually is also very good. And I have a chopped onion, about a medium-sized onion, white onion. Along with, here I have 2 serrano peppers that are chopped. And you can skip the serranos if it's too spicy. Add jalapenos are really good for this as well. But serranos, nice little kick of delicious heat. And 4 garlic cloves, sort of chopped or minced, along with about a 1/2 cup of packed chopped cilantro and a nice pop of green. And then we'll have our spices here. So this is sort of my own preferred ingredient, a tablespoon of ancho powder. And you can use other chili powders if you'd like to, but I just love the flavor of delicious ancho. It's one of my favorites. And a tablespoon of Mexican oregano, along with a teaspoon of ground cumin. I like to toast the seeds and then grind it. And salt and pepper, really to taste, but I use a 1/2 teaspoon each. Salt, pepper. And then we have some citrus. So I have 2 good-sized oranges here and 2 good-sized limes. Really just gonna squeeze out the juices. Oh, making a mess all over me, typical. And also got limes. I got 2 good-sized limes. Want some juicy limes. And let me clean up a little bit. I got juice everywhere. Such a slob. Oh well, can't help myself. All right, so then we're gonna go ahead and mix this together. Get it nice and mixed. And there are other ingredients that you can use. I've seen a lot of recipes that use soy sauce. And soy sauce actually is really, really great to use in marinades, particularly for like steaks and other meats. It's not something I usually see in more like authentic carne asada recipes, but definitely give it a go if you want to. Another ingredient that I often see is brown sugar. And I like a little brown sugar sometimes, or honey in my marinades, but for this particular recipe, I don't use it. But also beer. You can use like a nice Mexican lager, like a Corona or a Sol, and use some of that in the marinade in place of some of the liquid. But again, this is my preferred marinade for carne asada. All right, now that I have this mixed together, the second component for making awesome carne asada is the meat. So here I have a delicious flank steak. Flank steak is very common to use for carne asada, flank steak or skirt steak. You can definitely use other cuts of meat, but the reason I love flank steak is it's a slightly tougher cut of meat that really benefits a lot from the marinade process, because we're gonna marinate this for a while. It helps sort of tenderize the meat a little bit, but it also makes it extra delicious, so when you cut it a certain way, it's like, boom, big beefy flavor, it's amazing. So, all right, the next step here then is, once you have your marinade ready and your steak, I'm gonna pop the meat into a large baggie, and you can also do it in like a bowl, but I'm gonna use a baggie here. Set that aside, and just dump this right in. Look at that. All right, so I'm gonna squeeze this all together and just kind of massage it into the meat. Then we'll seal it here. So massage this into the meat, get it nice and coated up deliciousness right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and refrigerate. So what you wanna do is you'll marinate for at least 2 hours. You can get away with a 30-minute marinade, but you'll benefit way more from a minimum of 2 hours for more flavor penetration. 3 or 4 is even better. But realistically, what you can do is just do this in the morning and throw it in the fridge and just let it sit there all day. So it'll be ready for you to, when you come home from work or whatever your daily activities are. And then toss it on the grill and it's ready in minutes. But this is the hugely important factor, is this marinade and your delicious cut of steak. So, all right, so let's go ahead and marinate this for a little while, and then we will come back and we will grill it up. All right, my peeps, I've got my flank steak here. I'll marinate it up. I've had it for about 4 hours. And next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and transfer this over to just some kind of a bowl or whatever. Set it in here. And now we're ready for the third components, or really the cooking of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grill this. I actually prefer it on the grill. You get a nice, beautiful char, a little less smoky flavor on it. But you can also cook it indoors if you want to do it inside for whatever reason. You can cook it in a grill pan, a very hot pan, or in a cast iron pan. Just get it nice and seared. It only takes a few minutes per side, really, with a thin flank steak. But let's go ahead and grill this up. Just get your grill fired up nice and hot, lightly oil the grates, and you really only need to grill the flank steak a few minutes per side till you get it nicely charred and cooked up to your preferred temperature. All right, got this grilled up. I'm gonna set it onto a cutting board and just let it rest for a few minutes, and then we will slice it up. All right, I've let it rest for a few minutes, let the juices kind of redistribute back through the meat. And when you're ready to slice it open, you're gonna wanna cut against the grain. You can see how the grains are running, this way. And you'll cut against it and it makes it like fall apart more easily when you eat it. Very easy, just slice it into thin strips here, like so. Look at that, yum. As thin or as thick as you want, your choice. Carne asada, my friends. For serving, you can serve it basically as it is with a whole bunch of sides. So like serve with some tortillas, refried beans, Mexican rice, pretty much any and all of your favorite sides and toppings as well. And it's just delicious that way. And you let people make their own. But one of the best ways, in my opinion, to enjoy carne asada is the fantabulous street taco. So you can serve them on little corn tortillas that have been lightly charred with your favorite toppings. So today I actually have some lightly charred corn tortillas with carne asada, and I have just a little squeeze of lime for myself. Squeeze of lime, along with a habanero pico that I made earlier. Nice and spicy. Deliciousness. I should make this recipe too. And, of course, hot sauce. This one here, this is my homemade chili garlic habanero. I swear I could sell this stuff. It's good. It's so good. It's one of my favorites. Lots of garlic, lots of spicy heat. Yum. All right, let's give it a taste. Best part of the day. Best tacos ever, hands down. You're gonna love this. So flank steak or skirt steak are really the most popular cuts for this particular dish, but you could definitely do it with other meats. I've actually made this with tri-tip and it was just fantastic, great cut of meat. But also ribeye, if you wanna do a change up on a super tender, delicious ribeye instead of the salt and pepper grill, try this carne asada marinade and I think you will love it. Carne asada, my friends, that's how you make this delicious dish. I hope you love it, and I'd love to hear what you think of the recipe in the comments below. Hey, if you're looking for some more amazing recipes, boom, boom, check these guys out, popping up right here. You know you want to make these. And also love to hear in the comments below, what do you think is the great cut of steak for making this carne asada? I'd love to hear it. So, all right, I do hope to see you guys in the kitchen next time. Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. Bye.